All right, this week's functions workout for week 8. We got our Mondays regular kind of deadlift work. So to prime ourselves up, we got hamstring isometric. So we're gonna activate the hamstring and hold it for 45 seconds on one side and then 45 seconds on the other. I believe the previous week, I'm just gonna double check. Yeah, we did 30 seconds. So we're gonna bump it up a little bit longer, hold, and really just trying to build more of that endurance in that muscle. And also, we're creating some awareness of where it is in the first place. So sometimes it just takes a little bit more time for us to really kind of feel the blood actually flow into the area and the pressure to be created with the muscles. So we're going to take 2 sets basically per side to really fire that up in our warm up. And then our strength is every 3 minutes, we're going to do one deadlift. So we get to challenge more of the strength there. And I believe last week we did threes. Yeah. So this week we're going to be doing 1 rep. We can go a little heavier, use a sumo stance, or go into conventional stance, basically whatever feels the best for you. And you can use a barbell, kettlebell, or dumbbell. So strength is the focus for this half, working core, legs, posterior chain, so muscles on the backside that are responsible for posture. So if you have anything kind of going on the backside, this is a good movement to start working on to get stronger there. One really good exercise there. So that is our strength, and then our workout. Real simple, 8 rounds, 6 alternating dumbbell snatch, and 6 lunges. I put dash tough on beside each other because I don't want you to blast through this and be done in 2 minutes. The goal is to take about, I would say, at least kind of around that 8 minute mark to get these 8 rounds done. So about a minute per movement or a minute per round there. If you take up to 10 minutes, that's okay too as well, but it should be challenging. So pick progressions for your dumbbell snatch and for your lunges that feel hard to do. I don't want you guys to be blasting through this or sprinting through this. So, and these lunges are meant to be alternating. Note that. And the idea with this one, like the theme, is more unilateral movements, which that means one-sided movements. So we're doing dumbbell snatch with one arm, not with kind of a barbell or something. Lunges, where you've seen that there's a different pattern on each side. So the front leg is in front. I'm attacking the core differently compared to doing like something like a squat. So the unilateral strength is really good, and that's going to also really fire up our core muscles to be able to stabilize. It's going to be a little bit of a different kind of movement in itself, and this good way to work on imbalances as well. So if you have one side kind of stronger or not as coordinated as one side, this is a good way to kind of start training those things. So that's your Monday workout to get your week started off. Going into Wednesday, this one's going to look a little different. Every 2 minutes, we're going to complete for 4 rounds. We're going to complete 8 to 12 bench press on the first 2 minutes. Then the next 2 minutes, so from 2 to 4, we have 8 to 12 ring rows. Then from the next 2 minutes, we're going to do 8 to 12 cal row. Okay, so put some ranges in there for you guys to play with. And you're going to do 4 rounds total of this. So we got some strength in there and we got some endurance, kind of combining both the strength and the WOD together today as we kind of creep our way closer to the end of the cycle. But the idea here, like I said, is upper body strength, as we got back-to-back 2 movements that are going to fire up the upper body, bench press and ring rows. And then we got endurance in there by the multiple rounds, and obviously the cardiovascular conditioning from the rowing. From there, our Thursday workout, we got body control, we got balance, and we got vision. So today's list of those three, we got hip motor control. So we'll work on some hip circles and different kind of positions in there. And we're doing just like a small set, but really focused and intentful with how we move the hip. We want to be accurate with the movement. So we'll challenge different positions, different shapes and everything. Then our balance work, we're going to be finding a balance progression that's tough, and we're going to do about 3 to 5 sets of max holds at the challenging progression. So we'll go through all the steps there, and then we'll find that challenging one and try to do 3 to 5 sets of as long as possible in those holds. And highly likely we'll probably get to a stance where we're standing with one side, so we have to kind of do both sides. If you are in a Romberg stance, so your feet are together, we can bump up the sets, like do a little bit more there, or maybe add some bands or something to make it a little more challenging. Last, vision work. we're going to do some pencil push-ups, and we do 5 points. So we're going to do a center pencil push-up. We're going to do from the left, from the right, up top, and from the bottom, about 3 to 5 reps in each position. So proprioception, vestibular, and vision training is what we're after in that first half. And it's going to help us prime us for the workout. This one is 4 rounds for reps, 1 minute of single leg med ball tosses or from a tandem stance. So we're standing kind of sideways to the wall, standing on one leg, or in a tandem stance, and then tossing that med ball to the wall, as many as we can. And then next minute, we're going to do alternating shoulder taps from a plank position or top of push-up. And then 1 minute of barbell landmine twist, then 1 minute rest. So midline and balance work is what we're focusing on today's workout. So your core is going to be really working today all around, both the front and the back side. Everything is going to be engaged to be able to do these movements, because it's going to require us to be nice and stable. So that is our Thursday. And then our last day of the week being Saturday, we got rhythmic breathing to start off our session, really prime up our breathing. When we're working on rhythm, it's going to help us work on pacing and really be in tune with our breathing a little bit more, because for every movement, we need a different amount of time doing the movement. There's a different tempo, and how we control our breath and combine it with the movement really matters, and how well we sustain the movement. So we're practicing that in a very kind of easier environment instead of the workout. We're going to be doing a farmer's carry. So basically the idea is we're going to be breathing in for one step and then breathing out for one step. Then the next set is 2 breaths in or 2 steps, and you're breathing in for those 2 steps, and then we're going to step for 2 and breathe out for those 2. Then 3 steps of breathing in, 3 steps of breathing out, 4 steps of breathing in, 4 steps, and so forth. And you're trying to go as far as you can, and then you can take a little bit of a break. You're kind of like slicing that breath down into smaller chunks every set. And it's going to really challenge that capacity that you have, especially when you get to the end of it. You're going to feel that urge to breathe. And that's when you want to kind of like try to be as calm as possible in those states. However, stop if you kind of get to that like really uncomfortable stage, reset, and then we're going to do it again. So breathing awareness and workout prep is going to help us prime up for the workout, or breathing technique and skill. The workout is 3 rounds, 3 minutes of bike calories, 3 minutes off, 3 minutes row calories, 3 minutes off, and a total time of 33 minutes. The goal is pacing and endurance. So let's see if we can keep the same calories on the rounds of the bike from one round to the next, and the same thing for the row too as well. You'll probably score a little bit more on the rower. However, the consistency is what we're looking for. And in those 3 minutes, we should be kind of pushing at like a 7 or 8 out of 10 to really get that pacing or that endurance stimulus out of today's workout. So have fun with this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the week, and we'll see you guys next week for the next set of workouts.